All right, we are rocking and rolling. And we have we are Okay, so we got a Quicksilver deck that will get loaded up, and because I got to make sure that if anybody joins, they can see the hands. Yep, and I think they get the appropriate privileges if they do join as well. And I guess we'll just double check that I have the server stuff right. Yeah, we'll hope for the best. So we have, there's our deck. We'll go see if we can get it on the deck importer here. Oops, we just need those. And import straight to playmat. This doesn't see fluid motion, so we'll go grab a copy of fluid motion from down here. I'm just trying out fluid motion, so I just got one copy in here. So that thing is an upgrade. Keep going. Ooh, come on. There we go. There we are. So we got one copy of fluid motion. Throw into the deck. And we'll keep it over, keep our deck here. Looking good. Just gonna see if I'm missing anything anywhere. Audio's good. All right, quick pause while I just get all this last part sorted out. Alright, it's been a while since I've played Quicksilver and a while since I've played Wrecking Crew, so we'll see how this goes. So Quicksilver, we want to dig for friction resistance, we want to dig for Yarn Bjorn. This is what the deck looks like. I'm a little bit over. I just kind of want to try some of this stuff out to see what I like. Got some Earth's Mightiest Heroes, probably. Normally with things like that, I actually like 2 copies because I never... There's a lot of cards that I never want to have 2 of in my hand at the same time, so I usually put 2 copies to minimize the chance of getting 2 at the same time. But we'll leave it as it is for now. So it's going to not use the very bottom of the mat here. Go Adrenaline Rush right off the bat, not too worried. +1 Thwart is probably useful, these 3. So I think I like those. And drop. All right. So, I guess he's supposed to start as Pietro. Discard 2 cards from your hand, draw 2 cards. So we're probably going to want to do that. Keep this. Adrenaline Rush and Quick Strike right off the bat don't work that well, so we'll ditch both of these. Discard 2 to draw 2. Yeah. Welp, we did not get good setup stuff. Friction resistance. I guess I might have chosen to ditch. What did I... That's not what I meant to ditch. What was I trying to ditch? Adrenaline Rush. Okay. So we're done on this side. We can flip. We can bring our hyper perception in. For that, we can obviously not do Earth's Mightiest Heroes. We'll probably do something with double time and then save Power of Aggression for next turn. Hopefully we get something useful with it. So double time is going to get us 4 things. If we use Always Be Running with our 1, it's only going to get us 1 extra thing. So yeah, we'll use double time. And let's go have a look. Some folks like taking out Wrecker first. Gets 2 if the attack is undefended. I think I like Thunderball just because he has the scheming. And hurts your allies like crazy. Pile Driver you kind of have to deal with when you have a good way to deal with Retaliate. Bulldozer, place around the main scheme. Right. Overkill. So I think we'll go after Thunderball first. So we'll do double time here. Double time is going to cost us 2. Do 2 damage to an enemy. Or do we actually want to do some... Are we okay? After threats, here's a place for this 10 or more threats to all friendly characters. Do we worry about anybody's schemes, I guess? Or 10 or more, deal 2 damage to each friendly character. It's only 2 damage. Is that worth a bunch of thwarting? Probably not. Okay, let's just ignore the side schemes for now until I get reminded why that's a bad choice. Okay, so that was my double time. Then Quicksilver is going to attack. I use one of my basic powers, so I get to untap. Ready, and then do it again. all done. So we untap everything and draw 4. Its hand size is 5. Correct. All right, so villain. The very first thing is, oh, that was turn 1. Villain turn 1. So we got 1 acceleration there. Whose has the most threat? 1 threat on, after put 1 threat on each side scheme. So Doom, 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 and Wrecker is currently active. He's going to attack. Now my defense is piddly, but I do get a free. Oh yeah, we're not even using those. We get a free ready, so I might as well block the initial one. It also deals with if the attack is undefeated. So he is now attacking for 2. It's or undefeated, undefended. We'll give it a shuffle and 1, 2, 3, 4, defending for 1. So 1, 2, 3. Where's the discard pile supposed to be? I guess to the left. It's a little awkward. Okay, we'll say it's to the left. What happens if we? No, I don't even want to try. I don't know how much Hitch actually set all this up, so we'll just kind of leave it as is. Yeah, maybe we'll put it up. No, here. Oh, usually he makes his discards sideways. That's what it is. Okay, we'll put the discard there. And now we get our encounter card. Attached to Wrecker. After Wrecker schemes, place 1 threat on each other villain's main scheme. Do we want that there? It's kind of, all this is really awkward. Okay, we'll put his attachment there. So he's got +1 scheme. Blah, 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 blah. Right. So that was villain turn 1. Hero turn 2. What do we have? We have Quinn Carrier. We have friction resistance. So that is basically everything that we always wanted out of life. Oh, sorry, I forgot to untap after I tapped him. So if we bring out friction resistance, put it up here because that's going to be a common thing we're using. And then we pay 3 for friction resistance. We're still not going to be able to do anything else. Never using that power of aggression, I guess. Probably shouldn't have held on to it, honestly. Quick Strike doesn't matter at all right now. Quinn Carrier could be nice, but I'd really rather do other stuff. And Power of Aggression, I mean, I'm bound to actually draw some of this stuff useful, but let's just pretend that Quinn Carrier is what we want. I don't think it is. So that was 1, 2, 3. Friction Resistance isn't going to do anything this turn. So we're going to do 2. Now, do we want to move? I think we want to let Thunderball be the one that attacks me. So what we could actually do is thwart that main scheme, making Thunderballs the big one. I get my once per turn super speed, and then we'll ping this. I think we'll just ditch Quinn Carrier as well. And all right. So turn. When did that turn to turn 2? Anyway, turn 2, and I forgot to put that on. So turn 2, now all these go up by 1. I just got to double check the threshold on all these so I'm not forgetting. I think, is it just 10 for all of them? Yeah, okay. Like I said, it's been a bit since I've actually played this. So now move the active counter to the villain whose scheme has the most threat. So we're going to move that over to Thunderball. Thunderball is going to attack. I will block. I have no allies, so that's fine. And 1, 2, 3. And then he gets to untap. Oh, okay, hold on a second. So that was the attack. Now we get activation. When revealed, deal 1 damage to each friendly character you control. Okay, well, my health is already in a very bad place. But I now actually have enough stuff that I can do some things. So we can defeat Thunderball before this thing kicks over. Do we care about Serval Industries? I mean, I am definitely going to have to flip. No, he starts at 4 and he starts at 6. So I could get this to come over here. His scheme is only 1. So if I wanted to flip, I could make it. He's going to go to 7. Or do we just let that spill over? Yeah, that's a perfectly fine one to let spill over. So maybe we can make it so he's the active villain and flip and heal. And then get some stuns out. So I could actually stun with the hand I have. I could get Serval Industries out. So I could get Serval Industries out using my friction resistance. I can then, this is who I want to activate. So I can then thwart or 1, 2 because I have hyper perception. Then I get to ready and then friction resistance. Readies. Is it worth 2 extra damage or just to hit everybody with the speed cyclone? I think we just hit everybody with the speed cyclone. Well, no, because we're going to defeat. Probably just going to defeat him next turn. So do we care if we stun him? If we do 2 damage instead, he'll just be easier to defeat. Then we don't have to bother. So I think that actually gets us further along our mission. Oh, but we really want to heal. Okay. I think I really want some endurance in here. Make a note. So I think we'll just use, we're going to use all these. 1, 2, 3, 4. And we'll stun all of them. Where does it make sense to put a stun? Sure. Okay, so that was 4 stuns. Then we're going to flip. We will heal up to 3. We can use Serval Industries to shuffle 2 Quicksilver cards. So, do we want anything other than an always be running? And right now, the always be run-ins aren't that useful. Speed Cyclone actually seems useful. Always be run-ins kind of start paying for themselves now that we have friction resistance. Okay, so that is now 6 cards. And we'll be able to do a little bit of hand filtering. Oh, there's all my allies. So, turn 3. So we get 1. No, we got to. At some point, we're going to have to take some threat off this thing. Anyway, so we get 1 there, 1 there, 1 there, 1 there. And we get to put it wherever we want, to either of the 7s, because they are tied. So we're going to move it over to here. And this is who's going to scheme. So he's going to scheme. I don't know if we've shuffled his deck. He's going to scheme for 1 plus 2 is 3, which is what we were expecting. So he goes up to 10. Now, if there are 10 or more here, discard the top 10 cards of the deck, and then remove all but 3. So we are going to discard till we down to 8 in here. Okay, so from 18 down to 8. Sorry, I was just checking my audio real quick here. Now, attach the bulldozer. When bulldozer attacks, you must defend with an ally if you can. And then after he attacks, you discard this. So the attachments are starting to pile up a little bit. Turn 4. All right. Okay, this is a Quicksilver thing. I really have not played much Quicksilver. you can't ready in this form, so if I healed again, I wouldn't have access to activation. So I definitely don't want to do that. Here I finally get my reinforced sinew and my combat training. Can we use all of this to actually get some characters out additionally? I think so. Do we want to cycle any of these cards? I don't think so. Do we want to Serval Industries? Yes. So before we flip back, let's go over here. And what do we like? I mean, do we want the defense? It's probably going to be a little on the expensive side. We'll get another always be running and the stuns. Then we'll flip. So we want to use, if it's a thing we tap, we want to put it over here. We want to get the reinforced sinew out. For that, we can pay Wasp. We now have we have to pay two things. Oops. Oh no, we paid one and then Wasp. Okay, right. Then I guess we just bring out combat training and Angela. Let's maybe see what Angela pulls out. So we have 13 there, we have 13. Probably best to pull it out of the one that we're not going to have access to later so that we can still use Angela again later. Or is it just the active villain? It would be the active villain, right? Yeah. So it's the villain, it's the one that has the active. That's what it was. Okay, so we go search the top 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So, great. Escape Convict is in the top 10, which is what we wanted. So Escape Convict. The surge does not happen because she only puts it into play engaged. And then she can actually just deal with it immediately. And then we're going to get, if we attack once, we can then untap, get combat training out. And then do we save Hulk? Maybe we save Hulk. We will. I now have 1 2-hole attack. I'm going to get combat training out. If I just get combat training out now, I can actually just straight up defeat this guy. Where he's at, however, maybe I keep him where he is, get some of the other ones down low, and then just be ready to defeat him when I want to. Because Wrecker's going to be next. He's not too scary. I have been struggling to get allies out though. And I can stall one extra turn. Right, so if I hold Hulk, I can actually stall an extra turn in terms of when I get an encounter card. So let's do that. We're going to attack for 2 because we have Reinforced Sinew on Wrecker, which untaps this. We'll tap this to get combat training out to bring our attack up to 3. Oh, and that untaps. Then we attack for 3. And 1, 2, 3. We'll keep that in our pocket. We'll save Hulk. And we all untap. Right. 2 always be run-ins. Okay. And I guess I've really got to ping this down soon. So turn 4, every one of these goes up 1. Maybe we actually want to either thwart. What does his do? 2 damage. Okay. So we go look around. This goes to the one with the highest threat. And then he goes to attack, but he can't because he's stunned. And then encounter card. Hero, villain whose side scheme has the least. Okay, so he attacks you, but he's stunned. Okay, well. Speed Cyclone, pretty sweet. So turn 5. Always be running when we use it to untap. We also got to ready that card. So we want to do one thing first. Then we can untap with a card that we're paying for. Then when it untaps, that it untaps, right? That's how it works. So we basically get 2 free always be run-ins. Do we throw out some more stuns? Or a Hulk? We could potentially stun everybody again, or the 2 that are left. And then get Blade and 2 always be runs. Does that work? Again, I haven't played enough Quicksilver to have totally internalized. So let's just kind of walk through this. If I friction resistance and play Hulk to get 2 speed cyclones, I'm going to stun these 2. Oh, but I don't want to do that. Right. Don't want to do that, because then that's... Oh no, but I can do it on my next one. So then I attack, untap. So I attack, 1, 2, 3, because of the +2. Boom, boom. I get my free untap and do that. Then I attack, 1, 2, 3. Then I pay for always be run-in, which untaps Quicksilver and untaps friction resistance. After. Okay, yes. Then I attack for 1, 2, 3. Again, kind of keep it in range. Then we always be running again. Untap and then untap. And then guess we'll save pile driver for a really big turn later. We just maybe do we just deal with? If we deal with Wrecker, that deals with anything that he might do that might spill over his threat, because his thing's going to be annoying because I'm going to have 2 allies out that I really don't want to all take 2 damage. So I'm going to defeat Wrecker, which means I didn't need to put that extra stun on. Such is life. Okay, so Wrecker's defeated. His threat's going to go away. Day of Reckoning's going to go away. All that stuff. Now, after you defeat one, where does that thing go? I have my Wrecking Crew booklet handy. No. Does this thing have tabs? No. Okay. Hold on. I'm just going to go and look this up. All right. Let's see if this thing loads fast enough to make it worthwhile. Or did I just bog down everything? Oops. So, 4 active villains, blah, 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 blah. The villain refers to active villain. Yes. When the active villain is defeated, move the active to the side scheme as the most threat. Okay, that was the thing I was looking for. Okay, and we'll head back to our deck. So the side scheme with the most threat, and we get to choose. All right, so if annoying stuff comes out, we actually want a Thunderball because then we can get rid of it easily. Wrecker is gone, so we'll just ditch all his stuff. And then finally we get a friction resistance to bring out Blade. Oh, we could have, I see, we could have done that smarter potentially and gotten our activation out of Blade. Oh well, such is life. And then Angela will attack somebody for 2. She doesn't want to get defeated, so we'll attack that. We'll deal with Pile Driver last. She takes 1. And turn 5. I keep on saying I'm going to need to deal with this threat. Well, I actually have to deal with it now. So, active villain is Thunderball, stunned. Gets an encounter card. Thunderball attacks you. If this attack is undefended, place 3 threat on Thunderball's side scheme. Thunderball schemes, that's fine. He has only 1 attack. Well, this seems like a good thing to put Angela in front of. I don't remember if he has anything that makes overkill happen. But anyway, so we'll put Angela in front. Thank you, Angela. And move the active counter to the villain with the least threat on his side scheme. That villain schemes. Okay, so that's going to go over here after this attack. So Angela got defeated. And then Pile Driver, no, Bulldozer, sorry, schemes. So his thwart is just 1. Or scheme. So 1 plus 1. Okay, 2. That's fine. We can plan to defeat him this coming turn, or maybe wait 1 more turn when Pile Driver schemes, blah, 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 blah. What does his do? Highest cost upgrade. Well, we definitely don't want to use friction resistance, so... Okay. Oh, and we forgot to draw our hand. Always be running, always be running. 1 more thing out of Earth's Mightiest Heroes, and great turn for maximum velocity. Maybe a good turn to deal with Pile Driver a bit. We're going to get our attack up to 5. Oof. Only we had 1 more. Let's play maximum velocity for 1. 2. We have 2 extra thwart as well this turn. So it's at 1 plus 1 plus 2. So we'll do for 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. We'll just deal with that. Then we will untap or ready. And since we readied, we get to ready that. Are we going to have a better turn to get some damage in here? Probably not. So we'll attack for... That was the free untap, by the way. Attack for 5. Keep going. And take 1 retaliate damage. We will then always be running to untap and then untap. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Or 1. Always be running. Tap, tap. Hello, hello.
Hello.
Got a guest. Hello, guest. Are you able to drop into the server?
I don't know. I just saw this. I was trying to.
Oh, I
Oh,
see. Yeah, so I have a tabletop simulator server that's open that you can kind of just drop in if you want to watch what's going on, or you can go, it's streaming on YouTube as well. Either of those works.
okay, thanks. I'll check it out on YouTube.
Sure, sounds awesome. All right. All right, so we got somebody who's moving on over to YouTube to interact, and let me just quickly make sure I can actually see the YouTube stuff on here. Okay. Um, Lost my little YouTube chat window. Oh, there we go. Okay. Um, okay, so last attack. I could defeat Pile Driver. Well, it's not actually my last attack, because I can get one more out of Blade. So let's attack for 5 over here. Use Earth's Mightiest Heroes. Oh, I probably could have. I was going to use the Earth's Mightiest Heroes to get the one. There's probably a way to get one more thing out of there. Anyway, we'll tap Blade and untap here to finish off Bulldozer. So Bulldozer is defeated. This goes to the one with the highest scheme. I think we want to put it on Pile Driver because he's got stun. All this nonsense goes. Oh, I'm just going to check in on my chat here. Yeah, so I'm just playing my uh, practice game. Not even practice game. I'm just learning. I haven't played with Quicksilver and haven't played against Wrecking Crew for a long time, so I'm just playing a little bit of practice here, and then I'm going to probably try out a few different heroes. I don't even know I want to play. I'm not a big Quicksilver fan, but it seems like a good excuse to get to play him around a little bit. And okay, so that was the end of the turn. Turn 6. Now we're going to finally get an encounter card. So we'll put that over there. Going to get 1 here. All right. And then villain turn 6. So these two things are about to spill over. It will be good to actually defeat each of them this coming turn, which will be no problem. We just have to survive this last thing. Be good to get up to health, so maybe maybe one of my allies can actually finish these dudes off. So we're all good. He's stunned, so he doesn't attack, and then we're going to get 2 encounters. First encounter. Remove each stun and confused status card. If no things were removed, okay. Attach the villain, active villain side scheme, threat cannot be removed by thwarting. Yeah, that's no problem. And there's one from the Surge. Revealed, you are confused. If you're already confused, pile driver schemes. Okay, well that's a little annoying. I'm not going to be able to finish this that clean. That's not the worst. It's turn 7. We're going to be able to finish this off. Do I need the extra attack? I don't need the extra attack from Adrenaline Rush. So this is... I'm going to want friction resistance to power up Blade. None of my folks have the thwart. And I don't have an extra ready this time. So if I actually want to deal with this threat, I don't think I can, other than maybe flipping and getting access to something. But I don't actually want to do two things. So what I probably do is bring out Spider Girl using Speed Cyclone and Friction Resistance. Then I have attack for 3, so I can attack for 3 and defeat Thunderball. So all his stuff goes. Then we'll ready, since I readied Friction Resistance readies. We're then going to flip so I can heal, but first I'm actually going to use my special power to discard 2, to draw 2. None of those help. Oh well. We'll still heal for 3, and we can thwart 1 off the main scheme. Is it even worth it? Health versus threat. Let's just do it. Oh, no, we can do it with... instead, we'll do it with Blade. So Blade, I need to pay a fist. I can thwart for 1, and then Spider Girl can defeat him before, and that's all good. All right, so what did I learn? I learned, so we had a 7-turn practice. So Quicksilver practice game 1, we had a 7-turn win with 11 health. Which is starting with 9, so that's 120%, so that's fine. We've got 1 threat left. And then, what else did I learn? I think I really, well, Endurance seems like it would be good to have, or one of the recovery cards, right? Endurance or a recovery card. And I don't know, everything else was fine. I didn't use, well, I didn't use fluid motion because it was buried, but I only have, I think this whole combo of fluid motion and that is just kind of janky. So I didn't use quick strike because it was meant to be quick strike into fluid motion, but oh, I know. We could put 1 ready to rumble in to make it a little easier to flip and heal. That. So I think these quick strikes and this 1 fluid motion probably just don't even make sense. Let's make it a little easier to heal. Get 1 or 2 ready to rumbles in there. Probably just 1. Um, and at crew quarters or endurance. Right, that gets us that extra heal. All right, have a quick break, and then I'm gonna reset and play one more. All right, we are back. So, what I was thinking I wanted to do was get rid of these things that focus on attacks because he doesn't have any actual attack events. And so Quick Strike was the real one. So one fluid motion. So let's go. I'm just going to go over to this deck. I'm just going to update it a little bit, and then I'll update it on the tablet in there. So let me pull this up. Sorry, it's not visible to you, but we'll do this real quick. So I said I did not like fluid motion. So we'll get rid of that. I did not like the quick strike. So we'll get rid of that. That leaves us at 38. Those power and aggressions were actually kind of useless. I only have a few things to even hit them with. So what do we replace it with? Well, we were going to bring in a Ready to Rumble because we're almost guaranteed to have to flip once. And this is a pretty safe thing to actually flip in. I mean, This feels weird to not have Fury. But we want Avengers more than anything. Because they're Earth's Mightiest Heroes. Or assess the situation. Sometimes he definitely has some hand overages. We're going to put in 1 endurance. I think 1 crew quarters. And then maybe something else. Cheap, cheap, cheap. You know, Ironheart because she cycles. She's not an Avenger, but so we'll do that. I think in a normal world I'd want to bring in Bug and Energy Spear, but that's not really where we're going. All right. So we have saved that. Let's see what happens if we open this up again. Sweet. Okay, so that's the updated one. So we can ditch. We'll just ditch all this stuff. We'll just bring it right back out. Okay, so that was we'll import that to playmat. Great, we don't need any of that stuff because they do not come out this game. And then we'll see if it is possible. I don't know how this works actually. Still a bit new to Hitch's stuff. Okay, so it looks like I can just put them back out again. So let's delete all these. And throw them back out. Oh, recall. And then standard. Oh no, I deleted them all. Okay, that didn't work how I wanted. So I mean I have to set up again. Curse you, Hitch. You do such a great job, but I didn't totally estimate how that was going to work. Okay, so I guess I got to restart this up. Come on. So that was the game setup. Okay, we're going to see if this all works. Oh. Okay, that did not recapture properly. Okay, well, I guess we'll just start it again then. Sorry, gang. So we can bring the tablet in, make it nice and big again so we can see it. Load the deck up. We sat down. Wait, this red, because it's the aggression day. And heading on up here, we'll import that to playmat. Okay, so I think in the future we just kind of want to pack up the stuff so that it's easier to do. Did that not work? Okay, there we go. And then replace our villains. Wrecking Crew on standard. Just make this a little bit smaller so that it fits on there a bit better. Get my turn counters out. Oh, got to change them. We don't need those at all. We can recall those. I think we're good. And put the pins on there because I like that. And then finally, let's make this at the zoom that I like. Shuffle each of these up. And then I can actually zoom in a little bit more. Yep. Okay. So that's my starting hand. What we want to do is dig for friction resistance. However, it's hard to get mad at a Quinn carrier. So maybe we keep those two. Oh, actually, we probably keep those off on the side and still have that work. Okay, that works well. So dropped 4, or 4 more. Okay, Scarlet Witch, Speed Cyclone. Speed Cyclone was pretty sweet on the first turn last time. Do we want to keep on digging? Of course we do. So, well, we're not going to play Speed Cyclone and Wasp, so we will get rid of our 2 allies. Discard 2, draw 2. Accelerated reflex. Well, we're definitely going to have to defend a few times. So that's going to be worth some health. It's 3, though. So it may not even be worth it. Okay, we'll flip. So what can happen here? I could play Quinn Carrier and then Speed Cyclone 3. Prevent 3 attacks. I think I like that more than anything. Who has the least scary attack? Get stuck with him, that can stink. So we can just avoid putting it on Pile Driver for now. He also has the least threat, so he's going to be kind of the last one to be active, other than there is the one that's kind of put it over on the thing and then it activates. Okay, well, let's Quinn Carrier. Then we will tap 1, 2, and we'll Speed Cyclone, so that's for 3. And we are going to stun these 3. Now I can make these attacks a little bit less. Each character you control after. Oh, I screwed up last game. Thunderball did attack. The 1 damage. Okay, I missed that 1 damage. So I think I'll just leave those as it is, and I'll start whittling down Thunderbolts. So I'll do 1, 2. And untap and grab 5 cards. And that was turn 1. Villain turn 1. So we get 1 threat here, 1 threat on each side scheme. Then whoever has the highest threat gets the thing, so that's active villain. Active villain goes to attack me, but instead removes its stun. Just double check I actually remembered to shuffle those, and counter card. Choose a villain whose side scheme has the least threat, reveal the top cards of the deck. Right. So this was my whole issue, right? I recognize that that's a thing. So in the future, when I do this stun, we definitely want to hit the lowest threat one as well, then leave one of those other 2. Okay, so he's going to reveal the top card of the deck, just the top. So to become active, choose the villain whose side scheme has the least threat, reveal the top. No, so it's just reveal. It doesn't actually become active. Attach Pile Driver. 3 cannot attack other villains. Ugh. He looks so proud of himself too. It's pretty expensive to get rid of, but it's going to be quite a while till I can deal with him otherwise. We do. So what can we do? We can thwart 1 here to let him become the active villain next turn. We can attack once here, take a retaliation damage, and then use these 2 to get rid of that. So we still would have getting that extra thwart later is not bad, but I really don't do much thwarting in this. Probably could do something better with other stuff. So let's bring out Ironheart for 1. 2. Now if I draw a double resource, I could actually get this out. If I don't draw a double resource. Like betting on a double resource seems like a bad idea. So I think the safe thing is we don't do a double resource. We just take 1, 2. We draw our card. Okay. We're then going to thwart 1 here, do our 1 free ready per turn. We're going to attack over here. And ditch these 2. I take 1 retaliation damage, and this goes. And then finally we throw down an adrenaline rush for another time. And then do we do with Ironheart? I mean, I guess she just does the little piddly thwart. Just keep that thing at bay. This is turn 2, by the way. Okay. So that was turn 2. We get our renewed reinforced sinew. Angela can go grab a thing to attack. And okay. Turn 2. Doop doop. These all go up by 1. Did I? Oh, I did that wrong. That should be there. I meant to take a thread off that one, is where I meant to take the thread off. Okay. That makes sense. So 3, 4, 5. Just double check. 4, 5, 6. 5, 6, 7. Yes. 6, 7, 8. Thwarted 1. Okay, great. I'm going to bring it over here. He goes to attack. He's stunned. We get the encounter card. And choose a villain whose side scheme has the least threat. And do that again. Alright, Body System strikes again. When revealed, remove each stun and confused status from each villain. Okay, there's only 1. That's pretty good. Alright, turn 3. So I definitely want my reinforced sinew. I have 7 resources. Quinn Carrier. Which means I could reinforce sinew, maximum velocity, and Angela all in 1 turn. Which isn't so bad. So let's go with Angela first. Who is the active villain? Okay. So we're going to look at the top 10 cards. So it's going to be the top 2 rows and then the 2 left over here. So who's not in there? Corrupt Prison Guard is not in there, but our escaped convict, who is really who we want, it was. So that's great. Now, important reminder, this thing has Surge, but it's not actually revealed. It's just put into play engaged, so the Surge doesn't happen. Then Angela attacks and defeats it. And she's at 2. She'll hopefully get 1 extra attack before she helps by blocking later. Great. So then we will reinforce sinew. Okay, this is a thing that might get ditched later. We'll put our reinforce sinew over here for 1, 2. We'll maximum velocity, which is, oops, it's just an event. So that's going to take our attack up to 1, 2, 3, 4. Do I want to threat anybody? I don't think so. If 4 attack, do I want to just defeat Thunderball and just be done with it? That might not be a bad idea. Stuns really suck for Quicksilver. I don't have a guaranteed access to 3 damage next turn, so I think this makes sense. So let's do that. So we'll do 1 attack for 4, untap, do another attack for 4. Oh, why was I saying... Oh, I think I was looking at this when I said that. Okay, anyway, so he's down to 3. Okay, my mistake. So, I think we're good. We got Hulk, we finally got our friction resistance, so we can do that in something else. We can actually get Hulk and friction resistance out. All right. It's turn 3. Definitely want Wrecker to have that. Ironheart will block. Wrecker will really put a hurt on poor Riri. And then we get our encounter guard. Okay, guard. The guard has guard. Turn 4. All right, so we have friction resistance. We could smash with Hulk. What does this look like for... We already have Scarlet Witch in there. So there's a decent chance. I mean, we could actually figure it out if we really wanted. Okay, Genius is in the discard. 1, 2, 4, 5. Do we really need to do it? I guess is the question. So we know we're going to bring out friction resistance. 1, 2, 3. So that's going to be 1, 2, 3. Yeah, I'm going to have 1 left over. Oh, forgot about this. Now, Hulk has a decent chance of actually surviving one of these attacks because he'll be defended. So I think it might actually be better. I think it might actually be better not to attack with Hulk. So I'll play these two. I'm going to attack. 1, 2. Angela will attack for 1. Oh, Quicksilver readies. That was Wrecker's. Um, and then he's going to attack one more time. So end of turn. Okay, we finally see our Yarnbjorn. And our combat training. Turn 4. Wrecker's going to attack. I think while we have somebody we know what their attack is, it's going to be 2 plus whatever this is. And we already saw their 3 thing. I think we had block with Hulk. Great. Move the active counter to the villain with the least threat. Oh, right. So one thing, I guess one other thing to keep in mind is setting Bulldozer up to have least threat is a good idea. Right. As for I've been waiting for this. Because this is going to stink if I have to discard either of those things. So that would have been way wiser. Okay. Noted. Oh, okay. So hold on. So that was 2 plus 2, so Hulk is at 3. And this goes here. And then move the active counter to the villain with the least threat on the side scheme. Right, so I guess it could be worth having one target acquired. I mean, it's potentially canceling an activation, so not terrible. With the least threat. Discard a support you control. Okay. Well, we definitely don't want to lose. Okay, well, that is my support. He gets 2. Got to deal with that shortly. This is where it'll go next time. That switch is fine. And then he activates, because there hasn't been an activation yet. That was on the other thing. Jesus. Okay. Oh, I forgot to take his hit points off after I cleared that before. So now it's back. Okay. Now do I have to have attacked him? After your hero, yes. Fortunately, friction resistance will make that a little easier. So 5. So how do we do this? Can we get combat training and Yarnbjorn down and do the thing we're trying to do? We're only going to get 1 ready, so we're going to get 1 extra activation out of this. So we have 6 altogether. Combat training in Yarnbjorn is 5. Oh, sorry, we have 7 altogether because we get the 1 extra. So we're not gonna be able to use Yarnbjorn this turn, but we can get it down. So we do 1, 2 to pay combat training. We we attack. Do we just take care of him now? Yeah, we don't have anybody stunned or anything like that, so let's just take care of Thunderball. So 1, 2, 3. So we take care of Thunderball. He's defeated. I'm going to try this other way of doing this. Just gather all the stuff up. Zero, 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 zero. Okay, so Thunderball's gone. Actually, let's just see if... Can I do that? Come on, move it. Yep. And then, can I grab this whole thing? Yeah, just get it out of the way. Great. So that was my first activation. Then I untap, which untaps friction resistance. After you're ready, I did. I will now pay for Yarnbjorn using double time. I will now attack Piledriver for 3. And that goes 1, 2 to ditch this. And then it loses 3. Alright, I gotta go make supper soon. Ha. And I think I'm good. Oh, and I take a retaliation. Did I do that before? That was the second time I've done it. I don't think I did. Right? Yeah. Doesn't look like I did. Okay. So, that is the end of the turn. Last turn before getting an extra encounter card. 2 always be run-ins, skilled strike. Alright. Should be able to do some serious work this next turn. Boom, boom, boom. Now, we are going to be able to block. We've seen more stuff here. We've seen his worst stuff, so it may actually be better just to leave that on him. Because we've seen his 2 really annoying things. However, over here, we know that this, we got the escaped convict, which has a surge. Okay, I'm still getting familiar with what everybody has. Again, it's been a while since I played, so I'm going to put it over here. I'm going to let Angela block. He gets +3 attack, that's fine. And then we get an encounter card. There he is. Oh, I thought that's where I got it out of. Well. So it's got a surge and reveal. Do 1 damage to the hero or ally with the fewest remaining hit points. If that character is defeated, great. Okay, so that's good. Remember a lot of stuff here to remember, right? The 1 damage. I think it's good to have. It's probably good to have the Hall of Heroes with what's in all their decks, or actually just even my my actual physical cards nearby. Turn 6. So what can I do here? I can attack, Yarnbjorn, ready, untap. Skilled Strike is worth the same as Yarnbjorn, so I don't have to attach to anything, but I can throw my Yarnbjorns at Piledriver, which is kind of convenient. Think I might have to thwart this turn. Yeah. I think I'd use Spider Girl. To deal with this. And then we attack Wrecker for 3. Then we use Yarnbjorn. To do 2 damage here. Then we ready. We attack for 3. We use friction resistance. Oh, sorry. Then we use a Yarnbjorn hit. 1, 2. Then we use this to pay for a friction resistance to untap. Then we deal Piledriver. Oh, so that untaps. Because I untapped. Then we get rid of Piledriver. Okay. And get these out of the way. Okay, get those out of the way. And then finally we'll do one more always be running, which feels really wasteful. Just to not let that spill over. I mean, I guess, was that a turn to have used Adrenaline Rush? At 3 attacks, that would have been 3. We'll use it next time. Okay, we're going to get an extra encounter card. Oh, we can actually let him scheme out. We could flip and let him scheme out. This is a good turn to do that. Love it. Love it. Yes. Okay, that's what we're doing. So, turn. Okay, we really have to deal with that this coming turn as well. So turn, these each go up to 9. I'm going to put this over here. He is going to scheme because I've flipped. 1, 2, 3. There are now 10 or more. We go down to 3. And we discard top 10 cards of our deck. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I don't think Wasp is cutting it here. I'm not usually having enough of the right resources to use her. Anyway, that's done. And then we got 2 activation cards. So first is attached to the active villain side scheme. Threat cannot be removed from attached scheme by thwarting. Yeah, no problem. It's my favorite card. Okay, that was not terrible in any way. Turn 7. Can we finish it? We have to come up with 18 damage this turn. So we can get rid of Scarlet Witch. And I guess ready to rumble. So I'm only going to have 3 activations this turn. I can easily defeat Wrecker. I can get Hyper Perception out if I really want to get that thwart down. So 3 activations. Currently doing 3 damage per activation. If I get a second Adrenaline Rush down, that's 5 per activation. That's 10 damage. I'm still 8 short. Yeah, I can finish it. Get a Adrenaline Rush down. Oh, so maybe instead of crew quarters, I want downtime because I want downtime to be able to trigger the Yarnbjorn. And we got to figure out something to replace with Wasp. So we're at 3. Can we hit him? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? So these are going to get discarded at the end of the turn, so I'm at 5. So the first attack I do is for 5. And then I use this for my Yarnbjorn. And then I untap, which makes me untap friction resistance. Then I attack again. And I use 2 for my Yarnbjorn. And then I ditch this for 2. Then I Earth's Mightiest Heroes on Hulk to untap myself. Play Hyper Perception to get up to 2 Hull Thwart for 1/2 here. And then finally Spider-Girl finishes him off. So that was practice game 2. We had a 7-turn win. We have 7, 8, 9, 10 health. And 3 threat. All right. Well, I think we're good. Thanks everybody for watching, and we'll check you next time.